Hey, church family, it's Wednesday, January the 26th. I'm looking forward to being with you this Sunday as we hear again from Pastor Tony Thomas, who's going to talk to us about developing cultural sensitivity so that we can engage in redemptive relationships with people in our community. This is part of our emphasis of Mission Emphasis Month as we not only contemplate what we are doing globally in our missionary effort, but how we can be a part of that movement, how we can be a part of spreading the gospel locally and abroad. Last year combined, we gave close to $70,000 of our budget to local and global missions, and that does not include the benevolence that we give, that does not include year-end extra giving. So God is using us to support our missionaries locally and abroad, and we rejoice in what God is accomplishing through your partnership. Please remember that February the 6th is coming up. That evening from 5 to 7 o'clock at night is the street fair in our gymnasium. It is a great time of fellowship, of good food, and of great activities. We hope you'll be a part of it. I want to encourage and continue to challenge our church family to step back into ministry. Our ministries are all volunteer-based, and our volunteer base has been decimated because of the pandemic. Now, a lot of people have pulled back and not gotten involved in children's ministry or the usher ministry because they want to protect their health. And I understand that. Unfortunately, that can become a habit. That can become the new way of life. Or fear sometimes can actually become bigger than it is. That's the nature of fear. God gave us this emotional response, this psychological response of fear. It's not a bad thing. It enables us to respond to threats, to run, to flee, or to fight, or to freeze. But fear unchallenged in our lives can actually take over and paralyze us in the middle of life. And what looks like a 3,000-foot drop is actually only a 3-foot drop. But fear tells us it's bigger than it is. I'm reminded of the 10 spies who went into the land of Canaan in Numbers chapter 13. And all they saw were the walled cities and the military forces and the people ready to defend their land. Instead of seeing the God who was present with them, instead of remembering the God who parted the Red Sea, instead of remembering the God who delivered them from slavery, instead of remembering the God that slew Pharaoh and sustained them in the wilderness for 40 years, all they could see was the military forces ahead of them, the walled cities. When Joshua, after 40 years, finally takes the people of God into the land, he encourages them to be strong and be of courage. And they erect 12 stones on either side of the Jordan River. Now, that was not just a memorial of what God had done, but a reminder if they were to ever retreat in the face of battle. So they would come to that river and see those memorials and remember what God had done and go back and do what God was calling them to do. We need to fight fear with truth. We need to remember who is sovereign and in control. We need to remember who is governing every aspect of our lives. And we need to remember the God who is present with us, who wants not only to be with us and to go with us, but to accomplish his ministry through us. So I want to encourage you, it's not a 3,000-foot drop. It's a 3-foot drop. We want to walk that with you. We want to work with people as they come back into ministry. But I want to encourage you, don't let fear paralyze you. Start moving back into your calling as a child of God to serve in his church and in this community. And I want to encourage you to step into the life that God has given you, to serve your family, to love them well, to serve our community, and to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with those around us. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you Sunday. Have a great week.